Oops, whoops, whoops. Bear with me for a quick second while I get this volume game together, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all doing, man? Late night fam. I ain't been on live in a few days. Glad you guys are tuning in. What is good with you guys? Shout out to everybody who's up late. We're making it do what it do. What's up, Big Mike? What's up, the Black Nuremberg? What's up, D? I see y'all in here. What's up, Empress? Empowered Friedman, I see you. We in here. Wonder what y'all asses doing up this late. I see you, D Tubman. I see you, Rico. We won't be too long just chopping up a few things. Chopping up a few things. Some dirty lighting. I see you. I might have you on dirty lighting to see what's going on with the situation with you and Mr. Major. But I just want to chop in about the Warnock thing. Warnock and Herschel Walker, they were, going back and forth with their thing. They had the runoff. It was a close race in November. They had the December runoffs, and Warnock won by a hair. He barely won, and they were stomping hard for Warnock to win. So when Warnock won, you had a lot of the Democratic Negroes celebrating, buck dancing. The rolling crowd. They were just very celebratory. A lot of people were like, "Oh, we can't get Herschel Walker in there," so everybody's celebrating. The Democratic shills are celebrating Warnock. So my question is, what exactly are we celebrating with Warnock? What's the win we are getting as black people with Warnock? And that's a legitimate question. That's not a statement. I really want to know. I really want to know a legitimate answer. What are black people going to get with Warnock winning over Herschel Walker? That's a very legitimate question. Do we have any Democratic voters in here? What's up, T? Do we have any Democratic voters in here? I would really love to know the answer to that question. And I don't mean a counter question like what we gonna get with Herschel. Nothing. We weren't gonna get nothing with Herschel. We weren't gonna get shit with Herschel. I know that. And if Herschel would have won, nobody would have been really in the streets celebrating, jumping up and down. But what's the celebration for with Warnock as a black person? Now I know the LGBT community, they're gonna get broke off. The immigrant communities, they're gonna get broke off. White corporate interest groups, they're gonna get broke off. But what are black people celebrating with Warnock? That's a legitimate question. See, we have to ask questions like this. What are we getting when some of these people are winning? Who are supposed to be black? They make a point to say they're the first black person this, the first black person that. So how does any of that benefit black people? What's up, Afro Elite? Let's get Pink Mars in here. Pink Mars. Let's start getting some. I would like to know. That's a legitimate question. Hop on, family, and chime in. Let me know what's on your mind.
Hello.
What's up, family?
Hey, what's good, fam? Peace and blessings to you and the fam. I don't know much about this Warnock stuff. I'm sorry, not wasn't trying to get off the topic or anything. I was just chiming in to see what's going on and say congrats to everything going on with you and the
Thank you so much, brother. We'll get on that in a minute. I want to be focused. Thank you. We'll do all that later, but I do want to be focused. I don't want to get off subject. I do want to have somebody. Please call in if you want to give us some benefits of Warnock being in the winner's seat. Let's. What's going on, Rico? Waiting on Rico.
Okay, okay, my mic. All right. Hello.
What's up, Rico? What's on your mind? What's on your mind, brother?
What's good with you, brother? Uh, Touching bases on the Warnock situation. I think he's just gonna be another Jim Clyburn. Recently, when the House and the Senate had that vote with the railroad union workers, he voted present. Just because he was running in this extended race. So he's not even thinking about the working class. So we definitely are not gonna be a top priority with him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're not talking about doing anything for black folks, and I'm just trying to see what's all the celebrating about. What's all this celebrating about? Let's get 24 with 27K. Let's get 27K in here. Hop in, brother.
What's going on, boss? Um,
I'm good. What's on your mind?
man, look, man, I just Sir Major, man, you gotta let that nigga go, man. You gotta cut him loose. Cut him loose.
Well, I don't have him hemmed up, so I
Cut him
can't cut
loose,
him
or you
loose.
gotta put him in a cartoon gang. That nigga, he can't fuck with him. Can't fuck with him. Everybody's against him.
What did Sir Major do?
Everything, gang. So we might just need to bring you to this side. You feel me? You might need a new advocate because we fuck with you, but he's a bad representative.
Okay, when did he become a representative, and who a representative for
He
who?
made himself a representative for FBA. They said that nigga's fourth in charge.
Okay, who's the first in charge?
I'm not gonna say you because you're not a leader.
Right. So there's nobody in charge of anything. So I don't know about all of these make believe organizations y'all be coming up
Hey,
with,
gang.
where
Hey,
people got
we
to
respect you, man. Just
go down.
watch that
I
nigga.
understand that. I understand. I know. All right, but y'all talking about make believe organizations that I'm not a part of, brother. So I don't know what you're talking about. Um, let's get. Let's see who this person is. Oh wait, this is the white supremacist under another Finster account. White supremacist, is this you under another Finster? Hop on.
What's going on, young buck?
Okay, yeah, I knew I smelled cabbage and ass. I knew it was you.
Hell,
I can t- I can tell. I can tell it was you. All right, because some of you white supremacists, they'll be having that little cabbage smell, that cabbage and Marlboro cigarette smell. I could smell your timeline. I knew it was you. You see, you can kind of get a quick MO of the white supremacists. They're not that creative. That's what makes them white supremacists. White supremacists, they mob, they wallow in mediocrity. That's why they have to depend on a system of white supremacy. They're very predictable, very very predictable. But we're talking about Warnock, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to see what the benefits of Warnock is to Black society. What are we going to get out of Warnock? And we're going to talk about some other stuff too. There's a lot of stuff. The stuff about Van Jones, I'm gonna have to do that on my broadcast tomorrow. I gotta break all of that stuff down. What's up, Dwan B? Dwan B, I left you a voice message on your phone, brother. If you can check your voice message, check that out. I left you a voice message. What's up, Beatzilla? I see you, fam. Yeah, the Van Jones thing, I'm gonna break all of that down tomorrow. We gotta slow roast that one. The whole thing with Van Jones apologizing for Kanye on behalf of the Black community. Yeah, we're gonna have to take our time with that one tomorrow. That one's gonna have to be a slow bake. We got to touch on that. But it's very important for us to just understand when we co-sign something, we have to say, what are we going to get out of it? We have to start looking and seeing what we are going to get as a group. When we stump for something, we got to get out of this symbolism thing. We get in a very bad habit of just going along with the program because the dominant society told us that's the program to go along with. Again, a lot of us do things out of attention seeking, and we value getting attention from those in the dominant society. That's why when election season come around and white mommy and white daddy throw these big old parties, they start giving us fake attention and niggas eat that up. Let's be real. Negroes eat up fake attention from white people. And that's something that we got to get out of our system, where we overvalue attention from them. When they come around, we get into performance mode. We really got to get a revamping of our psyche. I saw something with Jalen Rose. He was doing an interview. He was talking about being a coon or whatever. And he made a statement. He said a term, and we got to watch black people who use this term. He was like, yeah, just because y'all I say something don't mean I'm cooning for the man. You better watch any black person who refers to white people as the man. You watch Negroes like them because on a subconscious level, they have an inferiority complex. Dr. Welsing, my great idol and warrior teacher, who I revere, and we are doing so much about her in this museum, she talked about the detriment of using the term the man as it relates to white people, particularly white men. Let me talk to the black men in here, because let me reiterate what our great scholar warrior Dr. Wilson said about this. Black men, don't ever refer to a white man as the man. Don't ever, 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 ever do that. That's a horrible thing to put on your subconscious mind. That's a horrible energy to put out, to refer to white people as the man or a white man as the man. That puts you in an inferiority complex, because when you say the man, that means he is the epitome of a man. When you refer to a white person as the man, what you're saying is he's the epitome of what manhood should be. So you're speaking your own inferiority into existence. Also, Dr. Wilson broke down how the system of white supremacy infantilizes black males. And they start using these terms to put themselves into infant like positions by the way they greet other people around them. So they, and Dr. Wilson broke this down saying, and this was going on heavy in the 60s and 70s, and she wrote this stuff in the 70s. Black men often refer to white men as the man. They refer to black women as mama. Black women often refer to black men as baby. If you look at rap music now, how many rappers out there have the name baby in their names? You have Birdman, whose name is Baby. You have a rapper, Da Baby. You have Young Baby. You have Lil Baby. There's so many rappers with baby in their name. Baby boy. That says something on a subconscious level. Or they have something called, they have the name baby or little or young. I want y'all to think about this. Think about the psychology behind this. They either have the name baby, the name lil, or the name young, all giving childlike connotations, all giving the impression that I'm a baby, I'm a child, I'm an infant, I'm a toddler, lil this, lil Wayne, lil Jock, lil Scrappy, lil, young Dro, young Jock, young. You see, subconsciously that says something. So the black male refers to himself as a baby. The white man is the man. Black woman is mama, little mama, big mama, hey mama. You see, so you put her in a superior position over you. You infantilize yourself. And where does the black male, sleep when he goes home? He calls home the crib. You understand? Dr. Wilson broke this down in her book, The ISIS Papers. You call the place you live, the place you sleep, the crib. So you're putting yourself in a childlike position when you use certain words. You better watch the words you use. Your words are very important in how you internalize these words, ladies and gentlemen. I learned from Dr. Neely Fuller. Not doctor because he's not technically a doctor, but Mr. Neely Fuller. Words are very important. Words are weapons, and words can empower and words can disempower. That's why when we start choosing our own words, we start getting in positions of power. When we stop allowing people to label us and give us certain names, and we start naming ourselves, and I've always said, when you start naming yourself, that's a power move right there. When you start dictating and naming things and determining the terminology of things, that puts you in a power position. That's why the dominant society don't like that. That's like they don't like when we start redefining and renaming certain things. And when you start renaming yourself, which is what we did, we started calling ourselves foundational Black Americans. And we come up with our own culture around it. And we've defined our own culture. That's a major power move. Major power move. This is why we're getting a lot of things pushed forward, especially with the reparations talk. The reason why the reparations movement has moved forward the way it has so far, because now you actually have dollar signs being discussed. This was not discussed 5 years ago. Right now, here in California, people are talking dollar signs, talking about a number, specific number that should go to foundational Black Americans specifically. This is because we got codified around our culture. We define our name and we define what our culture is and we define what our lineage is. That was a power move. Now New York is trying to get on the ball. You understand? It all comes from the grassroots, family. Everything comes from the grassroots, you see. And anytime there's a cultural change, we have to understand it's not going to come from the top. And truth be told, it won't come from the very bottom. It won't come from the poor. It's going to come from the middle class, the working class. You understand? Anytime there's a revolutionary change, it always comes from the middle class or the working class. It comes from that Black group in the middle. When you look at certain slave rebellions, for example, the Denmark Vesey uprising that they planned, it didn't go down because some coons told. But the Denmark Vesey, when he organized the rebellion that they were going to have in South Carolina, they had thousands of people ready to roll. South Carolina, if that rebellion would have went off, that probably would have ended slavery for good early on. And Denmark Vesey, he was a former slave, but Denmark Vesey bought himself out of slavery. He bought himself into freedom. So Denmark Vesey was considered working class at the time. He was papered up pretty good. He wasn't wealthy, but he was papered up pretty good. He wasn't poor. He wasn't a slave anymore. So he was actually free. You understand? So Denmark Vesey had the mindset where I got enough money where I'm not struggling and I can't rise up like some of the wealthy in the dominant society. So I'm down to change this whole system because I have a limit on where I can grow. So the whole system needs to be revamped. Now that had to come from middle class because the lower class or the poor class or the slave class, for the most part, many of them are like, well, shit, we're just trying to get something to eat. We're just trying to survive. When you're in survival mode, you can be neutralized very easily. When you are in survival mode, when you're to the point where you're just hand to mouth, you can be neutralized very easily. That's why whenever we see um, like a riot or there's a natural disaster, the first thing niggas in the hood do, what do? They're not gonna run and go get guns. Niggas run out here and get shoes and flat screen TVs. Yeah, let's keep it a buck. Let's talk real tonight. The minute some of the most poorest Black people, the first thing they get whenever there's an opportunity, if there's some kind of uprising, there's some type of natural disaster, they don't get guns, they don't start hitting banks, they don't hit gold reserves, none of that shit. No, you go get nigga shit. They go raid the Nike store and the flat screen TV store all the time, never fails. You know? And what happens is the dominant society, they keep their eyes on the middle class Black people. They know that they're going to be more of a threat. The middle class, they know the wealthy class, they're complacent. They're not going to rock the boat because the wealthy class Negroes were most likely pulled in by a white person. So they were allowed in by the white person who tokenized them. So they're not going to rock the boat too much. It's the middle class, the working class. Many of you guys listening, you guys are a major threat to the system of white supremacy. Yeah, because you have not been brought into the upper echelons by the white supremacists, and you're not struggling hand to mouth. So the people listening to me, you're not going to be pacified by a flat screen TV. You dig? And let me tell you something. They allow niggas to get that bullshit. You hear my baby in the back? My little baby girl. She needs to be in bed. See, they understand. Let me tell you something. And I told people about how these riots go down. A lot of times, what they do, they will direct black folks to certain areas so that they can raid a Target or loot a Target store. They don't mind them looting a Target store. They don't mind that. They damn near encourage it to a certain degree because they know if these niggas are looting a Target, they're not going to be killing white people. You dig? In fact, notice when the George Floyd uprisings were happening, notice in all of these cities, you drive by a store, there'd be a pile of bricks out there. They would the government would drop bricks off. Y'all notice, remember all of those videos where people were driving around the city and magically a big pile of bricks would be sitting in front of a Target store. Just magically sitting there. Like, here, go ahead and loot, get all of this nigga shit. Everything is insured. Go ahead and get you some shoes, get you some flat screen TVs, get you some coats, get you some belts. Just just don't have another Micah Johnson running around here. You understand? That's what they don't want. They don't want a Micah Johnson running around. They don't want somebody from that middle class who's focused and who's not struggling. They're not struggling on getting the next meal. They're focused on something else. So usually, whenever the dominant society, they're trying to sway black society, they're trying to target you. They're trying to manipulate your mind and keep your mind lowbrow. They try to pacify you with um, symbolisms, and they try to play that game. So they're always trying to target you, the black middle class, the black working class, because they know that you're the primary threat to the system. Because once you are awakened, you have a network of other people who are like-minded, who's not going to be sitting around smoking weed, getting high, drinking. They understand that a lot of the poverty class, they understand many of them are pretty much neutralized. And I'm not trying to denigrate everybody who's impoverished. I'm not doing that at all. But they look, let's keep it a buck. When you get around hood chicks and dusty niggas, they're not really trying to get empowered. Hood chicks and dusty niggas, we got to keep it a buck. Try showing them hidden colors. They're not trying to watch no hidden colors. Try showing anything empowering to a certain sector. We know there's a certain sector that they're not trying to get woke. They're just not trying to. You dig? The kind of people who stay on the shade room all day or stay on World Star all day, they're not really trying to get empowered. You say something about white supremacy, they get offended. You understand? Because they understand the little crumbs they get is because of the white supremacists flicking them off the table for them. So they're not going to rock the boat. There's two types who's not going to rock the boat. The psychological hood types and the psychological bougie types. Those are the two types who are not going to rock the boat. Those are some of the main defenders of white supremacy. But you, the middle class, the working class, you know how to call it out. You see it for what it is, and you call it out for what it is, for the most part. Now there's some middle class coons like Roland. Roland's a middle class coon, but generally the middle class black people, working class black people, they're the ones who make most of the differences. Just like in the civil rights movement, it was the working class black people really putting in a lot of work out there. So we got a lot of folks in here. Hold on, what time is it? Okay, it's a lot of y'all in here for this time of night. Let's get America's Most Wanted in here. What's up, America's Most Wanted? America's Most Wanted. Where you at, man?
Yeah, what's up with the TQ? How you doing, man?
I'm good, my brother. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, man. It's Steve from Compton, man. Um,
My man.
hey, I'm out here in Fort Worth, so I'm damn sure gonna be at that expo. You know what I'm saying? I was out here when you did the More Us tour, so I'm damn sure ready
Oh,
for
no
that.
doubt.
But I wanted to speak on the man topic you brought up. Everybody in the room, just check out Baby Boy. You know what I'm saying? The ancestor. Her words was being spoken at the beginning of that movie. You know, and
Yeah,
basically that whole movie is about what you were just talking about, is how we as black men in this country are really seen and we think as children, and we really need to
yeah.
get over that. So I just wanted to say that, man, it's been put in our face. So yeah, just check out Baby Boy and that's break down everything. But yeah, one
Yes, indeed. That's a very good point. Yeah, because John Singleton, when he wrote the movie, he had Dr. Welsing in mind. So yeah, Baby Boy did touch on that, and that was the whole concept of this boy. He's babyfied. He's being babyfied. He's a grown man under the system of white supremacy, still conducting himself like a child, living off of his women, and the women have become um, substitute mothers for him to a certain degree. You dig? Very, very heavy movie when you really look at it from that perspective. Let's get Gabriel in here. What's up, Gabriel?
How you doing, Tariq?
My man. Go
I just
ahead.
want to get you. I just want to get your take on what's your overall take on like the 2022 midterms and like Warnock winning his victory last night.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking people. I'm like, Warnock won, and people were celebrating, and I'm like, okay, what are black people celebrating? Because Warnock, he didn't said he ain't nothing about no reparations or anything. So Warnock ain't doing nothing specifically for black people. So what is there to celebrate with Warnock? Now you're an Haitian immigrant. So did you celebrate Warnock? Because you're going to benefit from Warnock, right?
I mean, I don't know how specifically I live in Georgia, so like I like a lot of people. Yeah, we were happy to vote for Warnock, and he has done a lot of things for specifically for our state. He's got like not reparations for black people, but for black farmers who had subsidies that were denied for them for generations and decades. Raphael Warnock was instrumental in getting them their overdue subsidies. He's done a lot for the
Now,
working class.
wait, hold on, because people talk about these black farmers did because no, because that farm money that was for minorities and people of color. It was Asian farmers getting some of that, Latino
We don't
farmers.
have
Yeah,
a lot of Asian farmers in Georgia, though. This is
it
the
what?
majority. We don't have like a lot of Latinos and Asian farmers in Georgia. There was like the minority. When you talk about minorities in Georgia, like the majority of them are black, and those are the beneficiaries.
Yeah, but it wasn't black specific. It was
Why
for
don't you want to give Why don't you want to give credit where credit is due? Sometimes,
because we got to tell
sometimes Democrats.
we got to tell the truth though, brother. That was for everybody. It was a minority thing. It wasn't for black people. Other people. There
Man,
are Mexican, there are Hispanic farmers in Georgia. There's a lot of Hispanics in Georgia, brother. Let's
I
not play
know
that.
that, but I'm saying, but to act like black, there wasn't black beneficiaries from Raphael Warnock's work and getting
Yeah,
that
yeah.
done.
No,
It's
I'm
like
talking about
you're being dishonest at that point.
no, brother. I'm talking about specifically for black people. Not no secondary lift all bullshit, dude. I'm not. We ain't doing that. That don't work.
I'm just
No.
and on the reparation issue, I haven't seen Warnock like be asked about specifically about that issue, so I wouldn't know where he would stand on that.
Yeah. Who didn't Marcel Dixon family? Didn't Marcel Dixon holler at him about that? And Warnock ignored him, something like that. Yeah. So he's
I mean,
died.
Marcel's not really like a reporter or like a serious person, so like it has to be like in a formal setting for him to actually address
Oh
it.
no. Okay. No. Now we got to do all that. We got to have a formal setting, and then we got to have a bow tie on, and then we got to have a gold shoe. And
I
no,
mean,
why we
why do you think the thing is like why do you think the issue
illegal
is moving?
immigrants don't have to the illegal immigrants don't have to have a formal setting. They just hop over the border and they get benefits. How come everybody else can just hop over the border and get theirs, but we got to have on a tux, we got to have a part in our hair, we got to have our nails done, and we got to do all this in order to get an audience with this guy? That's what you're saying?
I mean, you don't have to do all that. Warnock goes out in the community. I was campaigning with him all throughout this year, and he's going out to the
Uh-huh.
community, talks to Black Americans all the time. So don't say
About
that like
what?
he doesn't talk to his
About
community.
what? Talk to black Americans
Talked
about what?
about everyday kitchen table issues.
Okay, what is he putting on those kitchen tables for Black Americans specifically?
Specifically, getting Black Americans educational opportunities, getting Black Americans job opportunities. He talks about that specifically for Black Americans. I
No,
mean,
he doesn't. No,
have
he
you been to
doesn't.
have you been to a rally of Raphael Warnock's in the
I've
campaign side?
heard him. I've heard him. He has not done anything
You
specific.
specifically you went to a campaign. You
I've
actually heard
heard.
the man speak.
I have a television. I've seen and heard him.
So
I've
you
heard
what?
several. I've heard several.
You personally asked him, Raphael Warnock. I personally heard him at the campaigns because it's different hearing it on TV. You actually have to be there. Actually have to see him
Oh,
talk to
oh, you got to
constituents.
be there. Oh, so
You do.
he says something different when you're actually there, but on TV, the TV don't catch it. Is that what you're saying?
Usually TV just gives the headlines, doesn't capture the whole speech, and captures everything that he
Yeah,
says.
television kind of does. It kind of does. It
I mean,
captures the
you
whole.
know, I'm just saying that like
You saying that he's saying
Raphael
stuff that he's saying some.
Is one.
Hold on, he's saying
Raphael
some.
Warnock
Wait,
is one senator,
hold
and
on.
he's done the best he's.
Wait, are you saying he's saying some real stuff off camera? What you saying?
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just saying you don't get the full picture, you don't get the full context of everything he's trying to do when you're just looking at just different headlines. And I'm just
Okay,
saying you have to actually be there.
so why do we have to do all that in order for us to get an understanding of what he's trying to do? How come he just can't tell us what? How come he just can't make it plain and tell us? He makes it plain for the Latinos what he's doing for them.
What has he done for Latinos specifically?
He's all for immigration rights and all benefits and
What
DACA.
has he done specifically for immigrant?
I'm telling you,
like what is he
Warnock,
done for Latinos? Like what
Warnock
bill
is
has he passed? What thing has he passed? What platform are you talking about? Has he done for Latinos?
Warnock is all about rights and benefits for the Latino community. What are you talking about?
What specific? What are you talking about? Like there is no bill that's been passed that Warnock has sponsored that's like just for Latinos and immigrants. Like there has not been that type of bill. So I don't know what you're talking about.
Are you wait? On his own website, he's got immigration. Warnock is working to reform our immigration system, fighting to keep families together. He will make promise to our dreamers, stand up for thoughtful management of oversight for ICE, hate crime legislations for immigrant communities. Dude, come on. When has he
That
talked about hate crime for
none
black
of
people?
that none of that
When did he
even
talk? When no,
that's
don't play
one
that.
part
When
of
did
his
he?
first of
I
all.
just read your boy's site. Man. This is on his site. When has he
What's on
talked
his
about a hate
I
crime?
literally just you literally didn't address my
Stop. When did he talk about a hate crime for black people?
he's talked that a lot of times about he
When?
talked about that a lot of
It ain't on his site.
on that same website. If you go look, that's one part of his platform. And like I said,
Where?
there hasn't been a bill signed. There hasn't been nothing part of his platform. There hasn't been nothing he sponsored.
No. Where on his site? No. Where is on his site? He's talking about a hate crime bill for black people. Where?
You keep reading.
I'm
There's a
looking
lot
at
of
it.
things. There's a lot of things
I'm
on his. There's a
looking
lot of
at
things
it,
on his
sir.
website. You cherry picking one part of his platform and saying that's all.
I'm
That's all
not
he stands
cherry
for.
picking nothing. I'm looking at his site. It's not there, and he has all the issues listed. This is what's listed: agriculture, climate, education, healthcare,
Black people is
LGBT.
involved in all. Black
Oh
people is involved in all those
no.
subjects.
Lift all.
Well, black
I'm
people
not
are not
lift all.
involved in all. So
No.
education,
We ain't lift.
healthcare, agriculture.
No, we're not doing lift all. That's a lift all. I'm talking about
That's not a lift
specifics.
off.
That is
That's not.
lift all. That's for everybody.
It's not a
No.
lift off.
That's a lift all, bro. Because when he's talking about LGBT, I'm not included in that. He has specific stuff for other groups except us. When it comes to us, it's lift all. It's for everybody, and we're included. That ain't working, bro. That
Tariq, be
doesn't work.
honest. You have not named a specific action or specific thing where Raphael Warnock sponsored that directly just affected Latinos and immigrants or Asians or other groups. You haven't
Yeah,
named that.
I'm looking
You
at.
just talked
Listen,
about his website.
okay,
I'm talking about like you like to say,
you're babbling to cover up your lies, brother.
it's not even a lie. I said, what
You're
tangibles
babbling.
has he specifically done for
Let me read.
Latinos?
I'm reading your site. I can read his. This is what he's
A
doing for the
site is not
LGBT.
action. Those are
Okay.
just campaign
Oh, stop.
platforms.
Yes, it
You
is.
know this. A site
Yes,
is
it
not.
is.
How's a
Yes.
site law?
So
If somebody just puts on their
now you're
website,
discrediting his site. Now you're
if
discrediting his site. So now you're discrediting his side. Is that what you're doing?
You're just talking in circles, right?
Well, no. You're babbling. You're babbling, bro. Because you know your boy hasn't done anything for black people and you're babbling. You are babbling, sir. You, sir, are babbling. And I'm not letting you babble. Go ahead, sir, with the
You
babbling.
you keep saying I'm babbling, but you haven't answered me specifically. There has been
Let me answer you now, sir. Let me answer you now. I'm going to read from your boy's website. This is your guy. This is what he's doing for the LGBT community. This is his website. This is not my conjecture. Reverend Warnock is a co-sponsor of the Equality Act, which will protect members of the LGBTQ plus community from housing, financial, and employment discrimination, and advocate for gender inclusive policies and resources to help at-risk LGBT youth that risk higher rates of homelessness and other challenges. Dude, that's on your guy's website, brother.
I don't think you know how this works. The Equality Act was written before Warnock even won his victory. That was something sponsoring. That's just putting your name on it. Did he actually work? Is just like
Right. We know what
that's just
sponsoring
putting your
is.
name on it. So like, I don't understand to say that.
Boy,
Oh,
your
this is what
excuses.
specifically.
Boy, your excuses are weak, dude. Boy, what kind of babbling ass excuses are you doing for your boy? Yeah, the co-sponsor mean he just put his name on it. Yeah, that's the whole point. When did he co-sponsor something specifically for black people, sir?
I already named what he's done for black people.
No,
That guy
specifically.
specifically the child tax credit that helped a lot of black families and let a
No,
lot of
that's not
black people.
specific to black
That's
people.
not specific. So
Sir, you keep lying. This is why a
was
lot of
something.
black people, you keep lying. You have repeatedly lied. Every time I say, what has he done specific? He had done something specific. The Child Care Act, that's not specific for black. Well, the farmers, the black, that wasn't specific for black farmers. Well, there ain't a whole bunch of Asian farmers in Georgia, though. You just babbling and lying. And this is why many of us don't trust these guys. And sir, don't be a stereotype because I know you're non-FBA, but don't be that dude. This is why a lot of people are not trusting a lot of non-FBA people to represent us. This right here is the very reason why. Sir, you're proving our point why we can't trust a lot of non-FBA people like yourself to be spokespersons for our issues because you've been deceptive this whole call, sir. Don't be that guy.
I'm being deceptive. Okay, you
You've
bring
been
up.
you've been ultra deceptive, brother.
I've been
That's why
true,
this is why we've been circling our wagons as foundational black Americans.
but the
Because when
foundation
non
of Black Americans, the reason why Warnock is in office right now, those are the people who showed up in huge numbers for Democrats and Raphael Warnock.
yes
So you can't just
indeed.
say it's
Yes indeed.
non-FBA.
Yes indeed. And there were a lot of foundational black Americans who were like, we just don't want Herschel to win. We don't want this goofy Negro to win. And he damn near lost to Herschel. So that
He
shows that
actually, in Georgia standards, he actually did well for a Democrat to win by 3 points.
no, he didn't. No, he didn't. He almost
Historically
lost to
speaking,
Herschel Walker.
historically
He
speaking,
almost
yes, he
no,
did.
historically my ass. This dude almost lost to
Okay,
Herschel damn Walker. Herschel can barely talk, and
he's a
Warnock
Republican in
damn
a red state,
don't matter.
but
Warnock
that does
almost
matter.
lost to that guy. Warnock
That's one.
almost lost to him. So
That's the
he
biggest
Warnock
victory for Democrats in 20 years.
Warnock barely got it popping. So that speaks volumes, by the way. That speaks volumes. Herschel Walker, Warnock lost to a dude who claims that he's in an erection instead of an election. Herschel Walker said he's in an erection, not an election. This is what Herschel Walker is about, and Warnock almost lost to that dude. They had to have another runoff, so Warnock barely won.
don't think you have.
Very,
I think you have such a rudimentary understanding of political science. Is really amazing.
sir. No. You have a rudimentary interaction with lying, sir, because you want to sit here and lie, and we ain't going for the lies. You'd have been caught in about 5 lies. You are trying to pretend that Warnock has done something specifically for black people, and you know he hasn't. And you're using these same deceptive tactics, and we're just not going for that, sir. We're not going for it. But anyway, Gabriel, give us some of your last words, sir. Go ahead.
First of all, it's a pleasure speaking. It's a pleasure speaking for you. Pleasure speaking to you for this period of time. And I just believe that we shouldn't like come out against voting as we see it. If you get more Democrats in power and actually like be a part of their platform, actually like be like have an impact on their platform, you're gonna see issues like reparations get done. You're gonna see issues specifically for foundational Black Americans. You just got to be a part of the political process. And I believe sometimes you just dissuade people from the political process, and I just stand against
I,
that. So that's
brother, I can't. We can't get political advice from you, sir, because you have not done anything to fix your homeland, sir. So you're not
your
qualified.
country destabilized. Wait, hold on. Your country destabilized my
Oh,
home.
hold on. Oh, no. You're not
Yes,
qualified. Wait, you're not qualified to give us advice because you haven't fixed your home country. You say we've destabilized Haiti. Go ahead. Well, let me hear this. Go ahead. You're saying the U.S. Haiti.
America and the rest of the world has done a lot to destabilize and take our resources. 1950, when Theodore Roosevelt invaded our land. You don't remember that? You don't remember?
Mhm.
You don't remember the United States invaded Haiti before? You don't remember taking our resources? A lot of nations around the world, colonial states, have done a lot to destabilize our nation, Haiti, which is why I'm here today. So,
Uh-huh. Well, then how come you didn't stay there and
you,
fix it?
what do you mean, stay there? There's nothing to fix. You've
Oh,
you
there you go.
destabilized. That's like a white person telling a black person like, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. You don't need reparations. Like, come on, like.
That don't make no
Haiti
sense.
has never received Haiti has never received any reparations from any nations that's done them dirty, and you
Right.
like,
But the
and
thing,
then
but the thing is, but you came over here, but y'all didn't hop on no plane to go to France. That's the people who really destabilized you. France. Y'all had to pay France off. Y'all never do
America's
anything.
done a big part. America's done a big
Oh
part
no,
too.
no, 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 man. No. But France did the worst. Okay, let's stop playing games. France did the worst. Y'all
We
had to
beat
break France off, and
we
y'all just
broke
stopped having to break France off.
we beat France for our independence,
I
and
know that. And then the Coons took over. They killed Dessalines. They killed Henry Christophe, the black people who were rioters trying to build the nation. The Coon class killed them and then further destabilized the country. So then the
uh,
French came in and start taxing y'all, and they taxed you for over 100 and something
can
years.
can I
And
answer your
y'all,
question? Can I answer your question?
uh-huh, but let me tell the truth though. Let me
All
tell the
right,
truth. All
finish.
right. Let me tell the truth. Y'all don't ever go holler at France. Y'all come and say, let me come over here around these foundational black Americans. But y'all never go holler at France. How come you ain't hollering at France?
America is because America offers the most opportunities for people around the world.
Right.
It's closest
Because
to Haiti.
foundational black, yeah, because foundational black Americans help create those opportunities for you.
They were part of it though, but they're definitely part of the struggle and fight for us to have
The only reason
opportunities here.
we're the only reason why you get an opportunity, sir.
I
Not part.
mean,
The
I
only,
mean, it's
the
just,
only,
I'm just
the only,
saying, y'all
the
being
only,
attached,
the
y'all
only,
being
the
attached to white
only,
people,
the
y'all being
only,
attached, y'all
The
being attached to
only
white.
reason, the only reason you're getting opportunities is because of foundational black Americans. Not part, not a half, not a little bit. The only reason you're getting any opportunities is because we paved the way to open those doors for you. All right? It was us, dude. Y'all not gonna minimize us. Us. And when we decide we don't want to, things go bad for you. Remember the Haitian brother getting whipped on a horse by the white man on a horse? You see?
On the border. You talking about
Yeah, remember that? And
the
we weren't
actual
really
video
stumped.
show? He actually didn't get whipped. The
Yeah,
actual
but
video, him not getting whipped. It was just a picture. It was just it was very misleading.
got it. But yeah, but he was done
I'm just
dirty.
saying,
He was hemmed up. They hemmed him up,
he was just
and
pulled.
yeah, he was getting hemmed up, and then they started sending all those people back, right?
Biden has sent a lot. He has deported a lot of Haitians. Yeah, he has done that.
Yes, indeed. And the reason why
Do
is
you
because
give him? Do you? Do you
And
give
the
him credit for that? You say he's all for immigrants, but he's deporting a lot of us.
Well, no, the reason why, because we weren't really stomping for that. We weren't really standing up saying, hey, stop, stop, stop. We just kind of said, hey, everybody hold your own nuts, since it's all about pulling yourselves up by your bootstraps. Why don't y'all pull yourselves up by your bootstraps?
That's what
And
we're doing over here.
it didn't quite work, did it? Well, no,
It
no,
is
no. You
working. A lot of
no,
us
no,
Haitians are
you
very
were born
successful.
where you were born here, right?
Of course, yeah.
Right,
I'm
you're
an
an
American
anchor
citizen just
baby.
like you.
You're an anchor baby, so you're different.
I'm not an
We're
anchor
talking about
baby. How
we're
can I?
talking about the ones
What
that are
is an
trying to
anchor?
come here
Wait, hold
now.
up. How are you?
We're talking about the ones trying to come here now. See, the anchor babies got this little air about themselves, like, "Hey, I'm here. Y'all can't deport me." But when your cousins and those guys start coming over and we ain't stumping for them, they get the horse whip.
How
You
you
understand?
define anchor baby?
Well, you know what a damn anchor baby is. You're not an FBA. Your parents came over and anchored you here. That's what an anchor baby is. You know what an anchor baby is. Come on, stop it,
My parents were citizens before I was even born, so
dude. Stop.
they were
How are they citizens?
because they went through the citizenship process in New York
Well, you
City
anchored you
before I
here.
was born. Hmm?
I don't know about all that.
How you
Um,
gonna tell me about my own family? You don't even know.
because
People become
you didn't already lied about 4 or 5 different things, so it's nothing for you to lie about being an anchor baby. Yeah, I mean, you just
so you're
got anchored.
speculating. So you're just really speculating at that point.
Well, because you've established yourself as a
I'm
liar.
just saying. Point being is America has done a lot to America and a lot of other countries has done a lot to destabilize Haiti, which brings us to seek opportunity in other places. And America
And
is the
France
land
has
of
done the most.
opportunity.
France has done the most, but y'all never go over there to France. Y'all never take a plane there. You never
America
holler
has done a lot too.
at
So
France has done the most, and you don't. France was
it's
the
not
one
a
who
competition.
colonized. No,
Damage is
no, no, no,
damage.
no, but no, you come here because of us. Let's keep it a buck. That's my point. You come here because we're the ones who paved the way. You don't go to France, who really did the damage, because we ain't over there. You come here because we're the ones who put in the work and paved the way so that you can come over here and eat good. So I don't really want to get no political advice from somebody who didn't do it where they're from. You understand? So you just got to respect the game, brother. That's all I'm saying. That makes sense.
Because I mean, you act like you built something. You guys are not an independent black nation. That's just not the case.
So there are
You
no
guys
independent
have
black. No, stop, stop,
you
stop,
saying why we
stop, stop,
do
stop. There are no independent black nations nowhere on the planet. None,
we
none.
were the first,
No, and you're not now. You're not now. You're
and you
dependent.
were never.
Oh, yes, we
So
were.
you
Wait,
can't
wait,
tell me like we
I mean,
don't. You can say we haven't done anything when like you guys have never had an independent black nation. There hasn't been one for real. You guys, there's a lot of other groups in America. It's not just foundational Black Americans that's like
but
contribute
but
to America.
no, it was foundational black Americans who built the country from scratch, built the greatness of this country, built the greatness of the
They
culture of
were
this
not
country.
alone though. You can't
Stop.
tell. That's still you
No,
can't
no, no.
compare the two situations.
Yeah, I don't know. I can, because the thing is, and I did a movie about Haiti. I did the movie 1804. Haiti was the first independent black nation that lasted for a quick minute until it crumbled because of the coons. So you were a one-hit wonder and then fell off.
But
Historically, let's just keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck.
keep it
You were
above.
the one-hit wonder. You're the one-hit wonder and completely fell off because of the coons, and then you had to come over here to be with the people who are consistent about fighting for justice and
I don't.
democracy.
I think you're being dishonest about
How
history.
so? How so? How so?
It's, to say it's just the coons when maybe when no country will work with us, no country would trade with us, no country would do any business with Haiti because they don't want to see a black country secede. Maybe that's
We
the reason why. Maybe the
know
intervention by many foreign nations, including this country that happened in Haiti, that destabilized the country. That all that plays a part, Tariq, and you
it
have
did
to
play a part.
acknowledge that. But
And also we have to understand the coon class, they were killing off the black leadership out there in Haiti. The coon
we
class was
still
fucking
have and we still have a coon problem today in Haiti. It's
right. It was coons.
I can
It was coons who killed Dessalines, dude.
I
You did?
understand that. I understand that, and it's people ourselves in Haiti that we play us Haitian people, us Haitians, we do play a part in the destabilization of our own country. I do agree with that. But at the same time, to say that, oh, you need to get it done in your own country, you have never been in a position as my people has been. Your
Yes,
people
we
has
have.
just not, and you have
Yes,
to
we have.
acknowledge that.
How haven't? What do you mean we haven't? How haven't we been?
You
How
haven't
haven't?
been in a position in where you're running a country as an independent, free black state. Black
Dude,
foundation. There's always been in the foundation of America. There's always multiple groups of people. That's just facts.
sir, we've had to run a parallel community under the system of white supremacy. We've always technically been on our own, and we're still on our own to a certain degree. During the
Now
Jim
who's making
Crow era,
excuses, Tariq?
during
Now who's
no,
making
no,
excuses?
the Jim Crow era, we were on our own for the most part under the system of white supremacy still, but we had to run a parallel community. When we were building
But
Black Wall Streets, that was independent. They destroyed it.
but that's
We
not your
had
that's not your point, Tariq. That's not your
that
point.
is the point.
You're
That is the
saying that because
no,
of
no, no,
us
no, no, no,
alone,
no,
we are.
no. That is the point. That is the point. We were building independent black towns on our own, sir, that were thriving. And the white supremacists were destroying them. So we have been in those positions. We have. Yes, we have.
See, that's not what you were saying to me. You were saying to me that we came here because you guys fought and struggled for us to come here. And yes, that is true. But we can't. When I say we came here for land and opportunity, those opportunities were provided because America has become such a dominant superpower economically, and that was the help of that was the help of a lot of groups. And for that to
No, it
happen, while
wasn't.
you guys were
No, it
building
wasn't.
towns,
No, it wasn't.
America was becoming
No, no,
stronger. And
no, no, no. It wasn't because of a lot of groups. What groups? What groups? Name them. What groups besides FBA helped America become rich and powerful? What other groups?
Italians, Poland, Poles, Irish, Latino.
Okay. Then why were they broken dusty in Poland? Why were they broken dusty in Ireland? Ireland just got their shit together in the 90s. If they were so economically viable, how come they weren't economically viable in their
You
homelands?
can't see again. You can't say that as if
Yes, I
you've
can.
never had an independent, free black state yourselves. You can't talk to other groups in your own country say, "Why did
How
you
could
get it done?" The reason why America is so
y'all keep talking about how much you brought and created things economically, but you couldn't do it in your homelands? You dig? This is our homeland as foundational Black Americans, and we've had several Black independent thriving areas over and over again under the system of tyranny.
that's what I'm
So what are
saying.
you talking
For us,
about?
that's an entirely different situation than those Irish people.
How?
Because it's not your homeland. You don't run the country. You
Yes,
have
it
the
is.
areas, but you have never fully run the
This
country.
is
That's
what's my homeland. This is my damn homeland. This is 100% my homeland. 100% my homeland. The hell it ain't. This is my homeland. I'm not a fucking immigrant.
then stop bringing
How
up
is this
white
not
supremacy.
my
Then
homeland?
stop bringing up white people. So
How
so
is
so
this not
why
my
you
homeland?
keep so why you keep petitioning the government to give you billions and trillions of dollars in reparations
Because they
if it's
owe
your
me.
homeland?
They
Now
owe me.
that sounds
Just because Native Americans, they petition for money, and many of the red natives are indigenous to parts of this country. They petition because they've been dominated by the white supremacists. That doesn't negate that this is their
so
indigenous land, just
when I
like the
say that
United States is my homeland and they owe me. That's how.
so when I say
Just
that
like just like Haiti is your homeland, but France owes you.
why don't you
You
give
dig?
and America too, because they did a lot
But
of work too, and why don't you give
France
that
did
same
the work.
discretion
Y'all
to
had to
why
break France off,
it's not a
dude,
competition. Whoever's done damage owes us. Why don't you give that same discretion to Haiti when we talk about being beaten down by white supremacy? Why don't you give that same discretion towards us?
because the
Because
ones who
you say you
really
all you say is fix. All
because
you say is fix.
because because you keep deflecting from France. I keep telling you who the main corporate culprit in whooping your ass was France, but America did too. You don't go after the big bully. See, we go after the big dog. We go after the US government. We check them and go after them all the time. And we're hollering at them now about our money. We just had a big rally in DC in front of the White House telling them we need our paper. So we step to the big dogs. We ain't going to deflect. We go to the people that aggrieved us. And this is still our homeland. We built Washington, D.C. This is my goddamn
No
homeland.
disrespect, bro. I ain't really hear about no rally about reparations or no rally in front of the White House.
Oh,
I
yeah.
ain't see that. I didn't see that in the news. I just didn't.
Oh,
I didn't hear
don't
about it.
man. Oh, you heard about it. Y'all know about it. Y'all heard about it. Y'all had
I,
feds
I
up
watched. I
there.
watched.
Oh yeah, y'all heard about it. We had thousands of people up there in D.C. Phenomenal rally talking about reparations. Phenomenal rally.
It probably was, but I just didn't see the
Phenomenal
headline.
rally.
I didn't see the headlines of it. I
No,
just didn't.
no,
And I'm just
mainstream
saying,
media.
hey,
No,
and
no, just because it wasn't in the mainstream media, they're not going to cover something like that, something that independent, something that thorough, and something where we're talking about getting tangible, specific for us. Yeah, they tried their damnedest to ignore it, but they couldn't. It was all on social media. It was out there. They know about it. All the politicians knew about it. They're
I
aware of it.
mean, if it was strength in numbers and thousands of people, as you said it was, they would have no choice
You
but
can
to
look it
cover it.
up.
That's what a movement is. I mean, I will look it
Well,
up,
look it
but
up. Well, you can go look it up.
if it was on the level as like
Ain't no if. There's no if. Just go look it up. Shit. Look it up. The video's out there. The video is online. Go to YouTube. Type in Rally for Reparations. And you can see the turnout and how phenomenal that event was. A phenomenal event. And it was for us. It was for us to get on code. We had a great time up there. We got our message out and we got codified among each other. And we took those messagings to different cities around the country. We took those messagings back home. Phenomenal event. So the point is, we stomp at the big dogs about what we need to get. We don't deflect. And that's what makes us a little bit thorough, sir.
I'm
It
just
makes
saying, us Haitians and people in their homelands, they don't have the luxury to go to a rich group of people talking about give us trillions of dollars in reparations. We just don't have that luxury, and that's the problem you deal with when you have an independent nation.
well
So don't
the
say you're
rich
in the
group
same
of but
positions as us. So don't fault us for.
the rich group of people got rich off of our labor and money taken from us. That's the thing. The rich group of people got rich off of our backs. So that's why we're saying, hey, you owe us. We're not trying to get a favor or a handout. We're trying to get what's owed. This is something that is owed to us. Y'all need to
And
holler at France. Y'all need to be hitting France up
we
heavy.
need to holler at this country too, because they did a lot of work
But
too.
you're not hollering. You coming over here living among us, getting what
Because
we
we
are.
can't because it's a lost cause. At the end of the day, you have to find opportunity for yourselves. That's what my parents did. Is what a lot of immigrants did, and
Y'all,
America is the land of
y'all not.
opportunity.
Come on, let's
And
keep it
that
a
was
buck. No, let's keep it a buck. Y'all not going after the U.S. government. When you come here, you're not going after the U.S. government. You coming up under us, getting whatever we fight for. You're not stepping to the U.S. government and challenging them for anything. Let's stop that game. Yeah, the U.S. government. You're not stepping to the U.S. government. You're not ruffling the boat at all. You're finding white people and buddying up to them. You're not fighting them, and you're trying to undermine us. You're trying to do what you're doing now. We're talking about getting tangibles, and you're sitting up here talking about lift all programs for everybody. That's what you're doing. You ain't challenging nothing. You going along with the flow, trying to undermine
I'm saying
us.
the same things that a lot of foundational Black Americans say themselves,
No, you're
and a lot of
undermining.
foundational Black Americans will agree with me too.
You're over here trying to undermine us and assist the dominant white society, get benefits off of us. That's what you're doing. You're sitting here co-signing janky ass Warnock and campaigning with him to get our resources to give to other groups. You're not challenging the system. You're going along with it, sir, and that's what makes us different, sir.
First of all, me myself or my people haven't taken anything or taken any resources. We just take advantage of the opportunities that are available,
That
just like
we
any
created.
other person would.
That we created. That we created
That America created.
for you.
Yeah,
Because
America created, not
it
just independently
was
everywhere.
foundational, sir. There would not be no opportunities for any black people if the foundational black Americans were not fighting for those opportunities for
True,
black people.
but you had a lot of help though. You had a lot
From
of
who?
help
From who? From
in
who?
every
Who?
movement. Other
Who?
groups were involved. Black people
Who?
did the heavy lifting, but it's just like black people are just
Who?
like this the example. White people.
Who? Who helped us? Who? Never. FBA family. Notice they can never name all of these groups who did all this helping for us. Remember, I had the debate with the white guy the other day talking about all these people who helped in the civil rights movement. I'm like, ooh. Then they start babbling. Who? Who in the hell helped us?
Remember that white lady that got killed on the summer ride? Remember all those white people that died in the Civil War? I'm not saying oh yeah,
The,
it's white people is the reason. I'm not trying to
the
take away from
Civil War.
anything black people has done. I'm really not. I'm just saying
Dude, did you really go to the Civil War? Really, dude? The Civil War?
that plays a. I mean, you went back
The
hundreds of
Civil
years. So
War?
like, I think that's pertinent to this
And you're
conversation.
and you are inaccurate about the Civil War. That's what I'm saying. Are you do you want to go there? You want a lifeline? Do you want to tap out, brother? I'll give you a lifeline, brother.
Give me a
I'm
lifeline because I'm
I'm
not
gonna give you
tapping
that
out because
lifeline.
I stand by that statement. Go
I don't
ahead
even want
though.
to do it. I don't even want to do it
Nah,
to you,
nah,
brother.
let's go there. I'm not
I
scared.
don't want to do
Let's go there. Let's go there because you want to say because you just said nobody else played a role in foundational Black Americans moving up in America. I'm just saying like other people did play a role. Politicians
Who?
and government did play a role.
You said the Civil War. They didn't help us. That wasn't really for us. We fought in the Civil War, and the only reason they won the Union won the Civil War is because foundational Black Americans started fighting in the Civil War.
It did though, but like our foundational Black Americans, are they independently winning that war? No, they're not. Independently,
No,
no. Okay, then. So like, if everybody plays a part, 90% of the Union soldiers were white. Did that ten
uh,
percent of Black people help? Yes, for sure. But like, don't act like that 90% wasn't there. I'm just saying.
but the Civil War that was just to keep the Union together because the South became powerful and they were about to break off and become their own nation. It
The only
wasn't
reason
about
why I was going to separate because of slavery.
right, but it wasn't about freeing us. That wasn't the whole thing. It wasn't the Union wasn't fighting to free
Not
us.
at first, but towards in the middle of the war with the Emancipation Proclamation, it did
That
become
came
about that.
later, and
But you wouldn't get that war if it wasn't
let's
such a
get
fight against a
and
fight against
so
slavery.
the Emancipation Proclamation was patterned after something called Jessup's Proclamation that happened about a decade before, when the Black Seminoles were putting in work down in Florida, killing white supremacists and freeing themselves, and they had to put out a proclamation to stop the war to say, hey, the Black people, if you get out of Florida, you'll be free. So that was the precursor to the proclamation that Lincoln had. So again, we were already putting in work independently on our own to the point where these people had to make deals with foundational Black Americans to say, hey, we tap out, you guys go on this other side of the country. So you got to just know all of the history before you speak on it. So that's all I'm saying. I got
And what I
now while you here, let me get Marcel on here because you said you disparaged my brother, which I don't like. But Marcel, I
how
think
did I disparage him?
Marcel spoke with Warnock about reparation. Marcel, did you holler at Warnock about reparations, sir?
I did, and he turned his back on me.
Yes, indeed. That's what
Where,
I
where'd you
thought.
where'd you speak with where'd you speak with him at?
If I may, Tariq, first of all, Gabriel, you're Haitian, first of all.
It's
It's
Gabriel. It's
Gabriel,
Gabriel.
whatever. You're Haitian. Don't come up here and talk about Black American history. First of all, the Civil War was fought because of white Americans. So if anyone should have been fighting, it should have been them. The fact that any Black American died cleaning up white people's mess shows that we were integral to saving the Union and we had to save ourselves. That's first and foremost. Then I spoke to Warnock at a rally. He sat there and spoke with some white lady hearing her life story for 2 minutes. And the moment I asked about reparations, not once but twice, he turned his back on me and thought that he was going to ignore me. Well, I showed him better than that. And if you are the future of what we're going to get, y'all, if we don't run for office, these type of people are going to be running over us. And I'll be damned if that happens.
Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you so much, brother. All right.
May I
Um,
respond to that?
go ahead, Gabriel.
Uh, but it's just like my point. Yes, black people was an integral part in the Civil War movement. I mean, in the Civil War, and I'm not disputing that. But Tariq is trying to compare FBAs to Haitian people. Us Haitian people, we didn't have the luxury of 90% of our fighting movement being white people. It was just us on our own by ourselves. We didn't have the help that you guys had. So you cannot compare our two situations in our two nations. So don't sit up in here and act like when we come here for land opportunity to be like, oh, why don't fix stuff in your own country? It's just very dishonest.
Well, not really. How is that dishonest? Because you can fix stuff in your own. Why couldn't you? We dealt with Jim Crow here. I
You
mean,
have
we've
no
dealt.
standing to say that. You have no standing to say that.
Yes, I do have a standing to say that. What's stopping you getting on code over there in Haiti and getting shit together and getting stuff popping?
Because Haiti was destabilized by a lot of forces out there in the world,
Black
and
America
there's
was
those problems
stabilized.
today, and the
Black
problems and
America
people
was
face
stabilized.
and people have to eat.
Foundational Black American society has been repeatedly destabilized. We get destabilized every other day over here. We're always getting sabotaged all the time. It's not like we've not been destabilized. We're always destabilized. Our economic bases are destabilized. Our communities are uprooted. Our people are lynched. We've been mass moved out of certain areas. We've had whole black towns flooded that's underwater today. Dude, we've had some of the most vicious and atrocious stuff happening to foundational Black Americans. Don't tell us, well, we just don't understand because y'all been destabilized. Y'all have not gone through some of the shit that we've gone through. You dig? And we still have to dust ourselves off and start over again. What's stopping you from doing that
You're
over there? Let's keep it a buck now. What's stopping you from doing that?
you're in America, though. That's the difference. You're in America.
This is
Like
the difference
America, a
with
dominant economic superpower. That is not Haiti.
that's
You're
because
in America,
us. That's
and a
because of
bunch of
us.
other people. So what about those? What about those Italian and Polish immigrants who was working in the Industrial Revolution? They
Oh,
didn't
they
help.
later. They came later after the was
That was
already built,
later,
dude.
but but if you
They came
look at
later.
that time period preceded America to dominate economically.
No, they
That
came
period
later.
did.
It
So
was all.
you can't.
It,
Okay. So
it was
did
already
they play a role, Tariq? Did they play a
the,
role in America
no.
becoming an economic superpower?
They didn't play a role in a goddamn thing because they couldn't play a role in Italy. They didn't get shit popping in Italy, dude.
See
No,
how
they
you
didn't
talk
play.
about? So
They
why you
came
keep
over
going
here
back
and
to the other
benefited.
countries?
They came over here and benefited off what foundational Black Americans built. That's why they came over here. Coming over here to benefit off what's already built, they ain't playing a role. You're just benefiting what's already built. What did they create that we did not already establish?
Dirt poor working in horrible conditions in New York City, building up
What
that
did
city,
they
and they didn't
create?
do nothing.
What
They
did
didn't
they
play
create?
no part.
What did they create that we didn't already establish?
The New York City, the Rockefellers and the Carnegies, and everything they built up in that land. Those are a lot of Italian immigrants, or a lot of Polish immigrants. There's a lot of European immigrants in that time period that built up
Ben-
America to be an
Off of,
economic superpower. So you have to acknowledge
they were
their
benefiting off
role.
what we've already
That's what
created.
makes, like, America wouldn't be America if it wasn't for a myriad of for several groups of people. That's just facts.
No, just one group, foundational Black Americans, did all the heavy lifting. Not even white people. It
That's
was
not even that's intellect.
that's
That's being intellectually dishonest. I'm sorry, Tariq. That's
how
just
so. White people, the white
because
supremacists,
you can't say
the white supremacists were failing over here when they tried to get this thing popping on their own, sir. Every single white supremacist group that came over here before 1619 all failed. All of them without any exception when they tried to do it on their own. They could not, sir. This is history.
people came over here for a myriad of reasons: religious persecution,
And
different
they
stuff. It's not
failed.
because it's
They
not just
all failed. That the point is, they all failed until Black people started working with them and for them. When we started doing all the heavy lifting, that's when they started to succeed. You understand? That is my point. We are the glue. We are the foundation of
my point is
this
not to
country.
downplay foundational Black Americans, but
It
to say
is.
that you're in the same to say that you're in the same position as Haitian immigrants is just misleading, is intellectually dishonest, and is just
We're
factually
not.
untrue.
We didn't. We stayed. We didn't stay. We didn't.
Because you're in America. That's
Because
just,
we.
you're in the great America didn't become the greatest country. I mean, like the most like dominant
You
economic superpower until mid.
you're saying that. You keep saying, well, because you're in America. We're the thing that made America America, bro. We are what made America America. Do you understand that? What is America?
You're
We are the
part of it.
culture of America.
You're
We
part of it.
are the culture of America. Do you understand that, sir? Foundational Black Americans are the culture of America.
I think you
Dispute
have a
that.
misrepresentation of what America is, honestly.
Okay.
It's just
What is
sad.
American culture?
American culture is all of us melting groups coming from all over the world
No, it
creating
ain't.
something great. It is.
It ain't.
We're a
What,
melting pot.
what,
We're called a melting
culture?
pot for a reason, and you know it.
What is American culture?
Different groups coming together to create something great. That's why we're
No,
called the melting pot,
no, that's
and you
not
know
good.
it.
That's not American culture.
I'm just saying, there's a reason why America has welcomed
American culture.
so many
Coming,
of us.
people come
What was
together all over the world.
what was Angel Island?
People come together all over the world.
Not like
The
they
thing,
do in this country.
all of the
Not like they
things
do
that
in this
are
country.
all of the things that are considered American culture was either created by foundational Black Americans, influenced heavily by foundational Black Americans, or dominated by foundational Black Americans. Without any exceptions. Name it. Name something that's an exception that's not created, influenced, or dominated by foundational Black
If that's
Americans.
the case, then you have. If that's the case, and foundational Black America has built America to be a superpower, then you have no standing and no case for reparations. So you can't have it both ways, sir. I'm just sorry.
Yes, I do. Yes, yes,
You just
yes, we
can't
can.
have it both ways, Tariq. No,
Yes,
you
we can
can't.
because they owe me. They owe us. They didn't
How they
come
owe you? You now
correctly.
they owe you.
Yeah.
If it's people who built something really great,
Yeah.
really truly great by themselves, who
Uh-huh.
the hell owes you for like that
The
doesn't make
people who
sense.
took the
I
people
don't
who
know how
took
you can conceive that.
the people who took the resources and maldistributed the resources. Like, for instance, you keep talking about what Haiti was the first independent nation, which they were, but then they got destabilized really by France first. That's how that works. See how you can build something and create something and then get destabilized by another superpower. But we chose to go after the superpower that destabilized us. You chose not to go after France. You chose to come over here with foundational Black Americans. See, that's the difference.
Me and millions of other immigrants around the world. And first of all, stop saying America didn't play a part in Haitian instability,
They
which
did.
they
They
did.
did. I
They
did not.
did.
They didn't. But France was the main culprit who did the
We
most. And
we no we beat.
you're not going after France because we ain't over there. That's why. Let's keep it a buck. We're not over there. You're coming over here because we're here. We ain't over there to hold your hand. Because let's keep it a buck. A lot of these other groups, they ain't trying to fight white supremacy. Y'all come around us because we're the only ones who will fight white supremacy for you. And don't tell me about your one hit wonder from 200 years ago because the people over there now ain't on that kind of time if we're going to keep it a buck, sir.
Now I was a one hit wonder from 200
Oh,
years ago, and my Haitian ancestors are rolling in their grave right now.
oh,
But
oh, oh. Thank you, Gabe. That's enough for the okay. That's enough. Yeah, don't tell me about the one hit wonder from 200 years ago. You hanging your hat on that, and now you ain't going after the people that aggrieved you now, which is France. France did the most damage. You think? Don't tell me about the one hit wonder. You got to be consistent. You got to keep songs on the charts. We as foundational Black Americans, we keep the songs on the charts, so to speak. We stay in the top 10 with top 10 hits as far as fighting these white supremacists. Don't tell me about your one hit wonder. Basically, the Haitian Revolution is whoop, there it is. That's your version of whoop, there it is. And I love the Haitian Revolution. I did a movie about the Haitian Revolution. But you're going to have to get some more songs on the chart. You just can't keep touring singing whoop, there it is. You got to build your catalog up a little bit more. You dig? Let me get Black Alpha Network in here. Black Alpha. Then I'm gonna get introvert. Let me get introvert goddess in here. What's up, beloved? Got to get some sisters in here. But Black Alpha, holla on, holla, brother. What's up, man? Yes, sir. What's going
All
on?
right, family. I'm down here in Savannah, Georgia, where Raphael Warnock is from, and I got some things to say about that Gabriel guy, whatever. Because I don't know what's worse, family: a tether or a Democratic shield. Because when you got a Democratic shield and a tether together, then it's a worse combination. Everything he said is completely wrong. Raphael Warnock is not big down here. He's not. There was a big scandal, and that guy said that Raphael Warnock didn't do anything bad against foundational Black Americans. Yes, he did. There was a scandal where his church was evicting low-income foundational Black Americans and putting them out in the street while Raphael Warnock was being stipend $7,000 a month from that church. Period, point blank. His name is trash in the streets. He's from a project called Cape Town, and it's right down the street from where I'm at. And the people there do not rock with him. He is seen as the immigrant, the all lives matter candidate, senator, or whatever. So anytime he comes around, you do not see Black people at his rallies or anything. It's always a bunch of the dominant society. It's a bunch of tethers. It's a bunch of rainbow community people. And the average person out here does not rock with him at all because he is seen as a failure and an outcast. So I just wanted to clear that up as somebody who's a foundational Black American in Georgia and not a tether in a tether time machine. That's all I wanted to say, family. Thanks for letting me talk, brother.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, man. Warnock. I didn't even want to get into the dirt of Warnock. My brother Randy Short be breaking that down heavy. What's up, introvert? How are you, dear?
I'm good, Tariq, and yourself?
I'm good, beloved. What's on your mind?
Oh my God, you have all the patience in the world. You are such a class act. I'm just so pissed that Gabriel dude is an anchor baby. Because I'd be like, call ICE real quick on his ass. He needs to get the fuck up out of here. Pardon my French. But he needs to get the hell up out of our country. And I'm going to land
Lord,
there because he really pissed me off.
man. Thank you so much, beloved. All right. All right, let's get Vladimir. Let's get Vladimir in here. Mr. Vladimir, hop on, sir. Vladimir, hop on,
Peace,
sir.
God. Peace, God. Hey, I
How are you?
was just saying, man, yesterday how we need to stop letting these bitch ass niggas like even speak on real nigga business, like, cause at this point they diluting what we working on. You know what I'm saying? And also, you know, they don't even be knowing what they talking about when it comes to shit like that. Like they know how to articulate themselves, but the shit that they hitting on is not hitting on what we trying to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
I land my plane there. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time, but you know, just keep that in mind, man.
Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Let's get let me see who we got. Let's get Mo Real. Let's get Mo Real in here. Mo Real.
Yo, what's good, Tariq?
What's up, Mo? How are you, sir?
Yo, Tariq, man, I just wanted to let you know that I'm Haitian, non-foundational Black American. Both my parents Haitian, and
Yes, I hear that.
that guy that was talking, man, he don't represent us, man. We fuck with you down here in Miami, man.
No doubt.
You already know it.
Shout out to the.
I wanted to know too, man. When you gonna come do a lecture over here in North Miami specifically, man? There's a lot of Zoos over here, and we fuck with you heavy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It's been a while since I've been down there, but I got to keep you guys posted. I'll let you know when I'm coming back down. But shout out to the Zoes out there in Miami. Yeah. I rock with the Haitians heavy. I still rock with them. Again, I did the movie 1804, put a gang of money in it, and put a lot of effort and energy into it because the history is a beautiful history. The Haitian Revolution. If you have not seen my movie 1804, and they teach my movie in schools over there in Haiti, that's how thorough that movie is. Um, you go to 1804movie.com. 1804 movie, phenomenal movie breaking down the Haitian Revolution. So I'm very well versed in it because I was going back and forth to Haiti filming. Loved the people of Haiti. Had a great time down there. Had a phenomenal time. But we got to be very honest about a lot of stuff. When we look at the Haitian Revolution, some of the riders, Henry Christophe, Thoreau brother, Dessalines, Thoreau brother. The problem was when these black men were running things, a lot of the coon class people didn't like the fact that they had to still work harder now that they were an independent nation. Let's keep it a buck. Let's talk history for a minute. Yeah, there were some outside forces trying to destabilize. The real problem came from the inside. That's something that people don't want to talk about. When Dessalines and Christophe were saying, hey, man, we ain't on the plantations no more, but this ain't party time. Now that we done got all the white supremacists out of here, this ain't time for y'all to party and bullshit. We got to buckle up and work harder than ever to build our nation and protect our nation. And there were Negroes like, well, damn, we might as well could have stayed under white daddy if we got to keep working hard. Let's kill these niggas. And they killed Dessalines. Dessalines, the greatest military leader in recorded history, as far as I'm concerned. And Coons killed him. And then they went and killed Henry Christophe, another thorough black leader out there in Haiti after the revolution. And then when they started to destabilize the thorough leadership, and then the coon class started rising up in the ranks, these dudes who had an affinity for the damn French, where's French mommy and French daddy? The French came along and said, hey, look, if we don't, y'all need to give us our bread. Since y'all kicked us out of here, y'all need to break us off some paper. And we see how weak you are. And if you don't break us off no paper, we're going to come and recolonize you. We're going to wage another war on you. And we know you ain't strong enough to handle another war. So France started taxing Haiti because of the weak leadership that came about. Let's tell the whole history. Go get the movie 1804. Phenomenal movie. Phenomenal movie. You dig? So that just goes to show some of the different mindsets that happened. They could have got stuff popping if everybody just stayed on code. If everybody stayed on code and they built themselves up and they secured the land and then continued to do trade down in South America, because there were trade sanctions by the US and other nations, but they still had trade lines that they could have had with South America because they assisted South America, many of those countries, with their independence and freedom as well. So they had some other trade lines that they could have got down with, but it was a lot of the internal bullshit that was the main problem. You dig? But get the movie 1804. It's a phenomenal movie, by the way. Anyway, I've been on here long enough, man. I think we had a deep conversation, and I don't know why. We got like 500 people in here, and it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 in the morning on the East Coast. And I see some of the East Coasters up. Y'all take y'all asses to bed. Y'all take y'all asses to bed. It's 4 in the morning over there. I know it's probably cold in your house. You dig? Y'all got to get up. Y'all got to take them kids to school. Y'all go get them lunch boxes ready and get them babies to school. Anyway, man, Arutasase, man. Speaking of Foundational Black American, the Arutasase holidays coming up on December 24th. I'm going to have an Arutasase sale for the family. Something quick, something simple. Probably a signed copy of my book, Buck Breaking DVD, some Arutasase holiday greeting cards, and a couple of other things. We'll make it real simple just for the holidays as a gift to everybody. And y'all stay tuned. Follow me on my YouTube channel, Tariq Radios, and tune in so I can give you more details on that holiday special. I'm going to do that one for the family, and I keep you guys posted on that. But other than that, man, y'all have a great night and have a prosperous